Welcome to the J Files. I'm your host, Jaden Cornelious. For thousands and thousands of years, stories of the supernatural, of the spirit realm, of shape-shifting, of extraterrestrials, of ghosts, of haunted places, and of communication with the dead, us humans have found completely fascinating. Most people, whether believers or skeptics, find the experiences of the things that go bump in the night completely and utterly captivating. But the age-old question lies whether the alleged paranormal event that witnesses have claimed to experience are real. Now, I don't doubt that many people believe what they had experienced is a paranormal event. Really is what you believe to be real, right? I hope you enjoy this show. Please subscribe, please share, and please comment. And if you have had a paranormal experience and you wish to be on the show, please get in touch. Enjoy the show.
Hi, my name is Scott. I used to live in Vermont and moved to Arizona, and then ended up moving down here to Puerto Morelos, Mexico, where my wife and I are very happy. But this is my story about a very, very creepy happening that happened back in the early 80s in Vermont. And so my parents had bought a lodge in Vermont, and it's on top of a hill, and it was surrounded by acres of cleared fields. So it was even though it wasn't an old, creepy-looking lodge, it was probably built in the 40s. It could have a very eerie air to it in the winter or foul weather. The windows weren't tight, so the wind would howl in the windows, and sometimes the high-pitched scream, sometimes low moans. But this is the charm of a mountaintop retreat in Vermont. And so but what happened with this story was somewhere right around 80, 81, my sister was living at the lodge with my mother, and she had a snowmobile. I was never a snowmobiler, but I was a motorcyclist. And so she was telling me, oh my God, this thing is so fast, you can do 100 miles on it. It was called an El Tigre. I forget who made it. But it was like the fastest one made back in that time. And so she was trying to talk me into driving this snowmobile. And this went on for a long time, but she would try to get me to do it, but I just don't like them. They don't turn when you tell them to turn. It's a delayed reaction. They have, no gears. They just kind of bore me. But I never drove one. So, but I should also preface that all my life I'd had a recurring dream. And in the dream, and I started getting these dreams when I was about 5 years old, and just night terrors. But I would have this dream that I was walking down through an old abandoned, like, gold mine or such. The beams, the wooden beams, and the little coal car tracks or whatever, going down. And in the dream, I'm moving at a decent clip, and all I can see is my headlight beam on these tracks and the different illuminated beams as they're going by. And then a sense of dread would come over me that something is coming at me from up ahead in the dark, but I can't see it, but you can feel it. And it's coming at me fast. And I am doing everything I can to turn that coal car around and get out of that mine. And I would wake up just shaking. It was a bad nightmare. And that nightmare was one of only a couple that were recurring. But I had those dreams for at least 5 years, if not maybe 10. And, so what? So anyway, back to the snowmobile. So one night I'm up there and we're drinking. I used to drink Asti Spumante with my sister, and we get a little bit lit. And she says, "Go try the snowmobile." And I was like, I really don't want to. And she says, I'm just going to keep bothering you forever about it until you man up and go ride a snowmobile, and you'll see you like it. So I said, all right, if it shuts you up, fine. So we go out and I start the thing, and I take off across the field, and okay, I'm impressed. It's, oh my God, is it fast? And so, yeah, I still don't like it bouncing around in the snow. And, anybody that's ridden one, they're kind of unstable, and motorcycles are extremely precise. So anyway, I decided, well, there's this old Jeep trail at the end of the field, and it goes out to a little knoll across the way. And I thought, I'll just go take a ride out there through the woods. It was beautiful, snowy evening. So I get on that Jeep trail, and I'm just putting along. I'm hoping to see wildlife or whatever. And then it's like, yeah, okay, let's, So now I'm up, I don't know, I might have been going 20, 25 miles an hour. And as I'm going along, it's like deja vu, it's like there's something familiar here. No idea what it is. So but it's quite dark. It's very dark out there. It was like a moonless night or whatever. Anyway, so I got about halfway out to the knoll, and this feeling of dread comes over me, and it's like, something's not right here. Something's not right. So I say, well, I'm going to, I'm just going to turn around and get out of here. Well, where I was on the Jeep trail, it was kind of a steep rise on both sides. I was in like a little gully kind of thing. And so I got off the snowmobile, and oh my God, how stupid. They don't have reverse. I had to sit there bouncing, you're sitting there bouncing the back end of a snowmobile and turning it this way. And as I'm doing this blast of fear hits me. And it's like, holy shit, I got to get out of here as quick as I can. And when that snowmobile finally came around to looking where I came from, oh, Jesus, I'm seeing the trees are lit by the headlight beam, and there's this set of tracks. It's the snowmobile tracks, but they look just like those rails in the mine. And so yeah, wow, I don't know how fast I went. I know I had that grip twisted as far as it would go, and I got out into that field, and I went up and I told her, I said, I'm never ever riding that thing again. And couldn't even word it to her. It was like I was too shook from it. But it's kind of funny. I've never ever driven a snowmobile again. And so yeah, dreams do come true, I guess. But that's my story about creepy goings on in the woods of Vermont. So that's it.